A very good evening to you from Soekarno-Hatta International Airport here, Jakarta, where we are about to board Indonesia 838 service from Jakarta to Singapore with the Boeing 737. This is one of the actual gates that the aircraft is at, and the actual aircraft, if I'm not wrong, because there's actually no way to exactly see it, but it should be this exact aircraft, Golf Papa Kilo, Golf Fox India. The only thing is that this livery, which is actually very nice, living by Mandiri, has been removed as of September 2024, but I'm just going to keep it. And anyway, this is the only livery on FlightSim.deal that has this. So very nice here. You can see when VATSIM. There is an event that's about to take place in a couple hours time. What we're going to do is we're going to do the sector into Singapore. Into Singapore we should have ATC, and then leaving Singapore to Indonesia we should have full ATC with the event coverage. So very nice, and yeah, this is the actual gate the aircraft is at. So as realistic as we can do. So welcome to the flight deck. Aircraft is pretty much set up as always, and let's run through the briefing here. So, Indonesia 838 Papa Kilo Golf Fox India Soekarno-Hatta to International to Changi. Cost index 25. It's either 25 or 32, something like that they use. They could also use variable cost index. I'm just going with 25. Yeah, ground distance 500. So relatively short flight time today. And yeah, with the wind component, just 3 knots of tailwind. Yeah, around the equator, the winds are pretty much nothing. We're crossing the equator with this flight. And climb up to level 380. Flight time expected to be 1 hour 20 minutes. The alternate is Kuala Lumpur. 7.2 tons block fuel up to 7.7 tons to count for any possible go round or something like that. So yeah, 7.7 tons, no worries. And this is the routing here, real world routing, and this is standard routing from Jakarta to Singapore. Delta to Alpha, and Delta to Alpha, Delta Golf 579, Repoff to Alpha. And the schedule clock is 6:40 p.m. local time. It's currently 5:27 local. Yes. Wait, what? Oh yeah, it is. Now this is wrong. The schedule clock is 1040. Yeah, the schedule clock is in 40 minutes. Yeah, so well, this is incorrect. Yes. Yeah, my bad. Okay, it's supposed to be scheduled 1040. So in 13 minutes time. Block time 1 hour 55 minutes and 115 packs. I checked when I tried to book this flight about 1 hour ago. This was about the amount of packs, the number of packs that that the seats are filled. Yeah, so I'm estimating this is roughly the amount that actually are flying the flight. 058.54.8, so relatively light flight today. Takeoff weight 61.8, landing weight 58.4, everything within limits. And this is the routing here, pretty uneventful. Let's look at the weather. So Changi, it is actually like Soekarno-Hatta first. Soekarno-Hatta, 30 degrees, QNH 1006, no sick, and yeah, pause temporary showers of rain. This is during our arrival period into Singapore, so no issues here. Afterwards becoming from 13 to 15 variable 2 knots of haze. So haze in the evening when we arrive back, yeah. Changi 04014, towing TCU, recent thunderstorms, no sick. So basically good weather. Yeah. This was early in the afternoon, yeah, so no issues here. And Lumpur, now it's thunderstorms, but yeah, it should be fine. Lots of airports in the area. We can take a Hang Nadim Batam, which is in Indonesia, even more simple, yeah, just south of Singapore. No temps, pretty much nothing, yeah, just some basic blah blah information, lightings, blah blah, the edge, yeah, lights. Singapore, there is some closures, but this is, as you can see, it's in the dead of the night, and full the green trial is in progress, although it's not relevant for us in VATSIM. So let's look at the weather here. It is good weather. except we're occasionally CB up to flight of 500. So today it's close to full moon, so we should be able to see quite a bit of the CBs. Although in MSFS there are no CBs, yeah. So we'll just fly normally, yeah. Probably get maybe a direct or two if a DC comes online. Otherwise we just fly the normal routing. Oh, good. So the routing today, the pushback, we are currently Golf 13, as you can see out of the window there. And the pushback procedure is as follows. We'll simply be pushing back all the way until here. Actually, let's do it properly here. Until here, yes. And then we will break away from there. Apparently this is what the chart says. It says push back until the nose of the aircraft is in line with the taxiway line. Yeah, face west. So this is facing west. And then I'm assuming, yeah, the pushback instruction is pushback to face November Charlie 4. So we'll probably take November Charlie 4. The right taxi routing, standard routing, November Charlie 4, November Papa 2, November 9, full length runway 07 left. Standard taxi routing, no threats, everything looking fine. And takeoff today, 3,600 meters, runway to go, 307 left. Air conditioning, we have NTI soft packs on. Rating is up, giving us 24K, takeoff 1. Temperature 45 and 91.3% N1. The noise vapor procedure out of Jakarta. Let's see what they actually do. Indonesia 838. Let's see. So runway 07 left. What I can see that they do is they do an NEDP 1 departure. Sorry, NEDP 2 departure. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do as well. Yeah, NEDP 2 departure. Makes things easy for us anyway. So yeah, NEDP 2 departure. Still 1000 feet acceleration, flaps 5. Actually, let me see. Yeah, 1000 feet acceleration. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. 1000 feet acceleration, and then we will just go straight to 250 knots. Yeah, because that is what the real flights do, right? Do they do that? Let me see. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, I think they went to 1,500 feet to accelerate. I'm not entirely too sure. Yeah, it's hard to tell anyway. So, okay, we'll do 1,500. Yeah. I think it's 1,500. So, at least from flight radar 24, I think it's 1,005. So we're gonna do 1,005. Okay, 1,005 reduction acceleration. Flap 5, 37, 38, 43. Those are the speeds there. Checked. And latest weather is 1007 now, so let's update this once, twice, 3 times. 1007 set. And yes, full length 3,600 meters to run from November 9, and takeoff performance has been agreed. Very good. We are below max landing weight, so immediate return is no problem. So after takeoff, it's going to be Delta 2 Alpha departure. Initially straight out to 1,000 feet on heading 068, and then climbing left turn towards road tip. And then from road tip, track 0294 to Akpep below 5,000. So let's go and review this. So 1,000 feet checked to route tip, 294 to Akpep below 5,000 checked, which we're going to cancel. Yeah, likely we'll give ourselves the right to Delta. And then to Paksa, then to Nipip below flight level 140, then to Idomo, flight level 210 and above flight level 210, and to Delta below flight level 230. So this is pretty constrained, you see this routing, a lot of aboves and belows. Yeah. MSA 2,000 feet within our sector, which I have marked out over here. North of it is 2,000 feet up to 25 miles, and south of this 270,090 radio, it's 4,500 feet. So we'll keep within the 2,000. Engine outside heading select 068, 3,000 feet and hold 25 miles. Immediate return 07 left, so radar vectors turning left towards coming back. And 068 track 380 radio has been set ready for 07 left. And the frequency is 111.50. And back up 110.5 for 07. Right. Yes. No issues at all. Below max anyway, immediate return is possible. Rejected takeoff. Standard below 80 knots reject for the master caution abnormalities. Above 80 knots reject only for engine fire warning, aircraft unsafe, unable to fly, bird strike windshield. Now stop, disconnect on the throttle, close throttles, simultaneous flight max reverse, manual raise, speed brake lever, flight max manual braking. You verify throttle disconnect, throttles closed, speed brake up, max reverse applied, max middle braking, or operation of anti-auto brakes. You go 100 knots, 80 knots, 60 knots. I'll stop the aircraft on the runway, set left 40, uniform ATC to reject. We identify the problem, run the checklist, take it from there. Okay. So push back, taxi out, sit, you sit, immediate return, rejected takeoff has been briefed, ready to go. Okay, that's what we want. Bleed is on, very good. Come off. And your damper. Okay, so FS actions, ground services, release, 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 release. Park and brake set, remove the chocks. Okay, very good. Trim, everything else been set already. Yeah, let's lower this brightness a little because it's approaching sunset. And I think displays look nicer when they're a bit dimmer. Yeah, that's my personal opinion. So that's what I'm gonna do. Dim the displays a bit more. Okay, so let's say we just got our clearance, so squawk code 771447. That seems like a reasonable transponder code to set. That seems, yeah, what they give anyway. Initial climb 240. Okay, let's do the pre-flight checklist and then we can run the PA afterwards. So pre-flight checklist, oxygen tested 100%, navigation transfer display switches, normal auto. Window heat is on, pressurization mode selector is auto set for flight level 380, flight setting 247, 247 QNH 1007 once, twice and 3 times, indicating 40 feet, 40 feet, 40 feet is cross-checked. Spark brake set, engine start leave is cut off, pre-flight checklist complete. Okay, connect the tug now.
Cockpit to ground.
To the PA. Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening to you. Welcome to Indonesia. Welcome aboard Indonesia flight 838 service from Soekarno Hatta, Jakarta to Singapore, Changi. Flight time today expected to be 1 hour 18 minutes, cruising at 38,000 feet. We're initially taking off to the northeast, and then turning left, tracking direct basically north towards Singapore. But en route today, the possibility of thunderstorm clouds are on this evening, so we do advise you to keep your seatbelt fastened and be seated for your safety. Thank you very much for choosing to fly Garuda. We will speak to you again before the arrival into Singapore with the latest weather information.
The parking brakes
Thank you very
set.
much once again.
may
Wish you
lift.
pleasant flight. Enjoy the service.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Okay, before start checklist, TFP airplane mode. Papers, logbooks on board, doors
For pushback.
closed, flight deck door is locked. Fuel, we've got 7680 on board. Minimum takeoff fuel is 6. Yeah, it's way below. Okay, we uplifted 500 kilos extra, no problems. Fuel pumps, 4 on, crossfit closed, passenger signs are on, windows are locked. MCP V2143 heading 068, flight level 240 set. Takeoff speeds V1 137, 138, 143. Checked and set. Serial pre-flight is complete, rudder aileron trim, free and 0. Taxi takeoff briefing complete, and anti-collision lights. Let's say no ATC online. Let's check behind us. So you can see surrounded by a couple of Garudas. This guy is on MSFS, or at least he has this scenery. You can see nicely aligned. You can see this guy doesn't because he's parked at a strange position. So all good, everything all clear. So ready for push. Okay, below the line now. System hydraulic pumps. Well, let's turn them off for fun. Yeah. System A hydraulic pumps off. Brake pressure 2H checked. And start to push.
Cockpit to ground.
Soekarno-Hatta traffic, Indonesia 838 pushback at
Go ahead.
Golf 13 face
We are cleared for
west
start
on
and push.
November, correction on the apron.
Okay, clear for
Soekarno-Hatta.
push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes
Brake
are
released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Block time 40,
It will start
exactly
in the
on
sequence.
time. Perfect. Well, this is probably the most perfect half block I've ever done. Yeah, let's see how accurate. I mean, we probably will arrive early because I put 20 minutes for the taxiing out of Soekarno-Hatta and 10 minutes to Singapore. So even if the sim prediction is perfect, we will arrive early, which is good. That's what we want to see, right? So leaving here. Let's say clear to start engines. So okay, you're clear to start. Okay, we start sequence will be engine 2 then 1. So start number 2. And 2. All pressure. And 1. Valves operating. Fuel flow. EGT.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
ground. You may disconnect.
Park brake set. Clear
Okay,
disconnect.
sir. Clear to
I
disconnect.
can see the pin up front. Thank you very much. See you next time. Or see you soon. Or well, it's not afternoon anymore, so it's not Selamat Sore. Anyway, start the car out. Starting 1. Temperature is 30, so we'll do isolated pack start. And 2. Oil pressure. And 1. Okay, let's say they're showing us the pin. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye. So that is my bad. I forgot to, I was a bit distracted by something. Okay, so valves. Well, yeah, fuel flow, EGT. Yeah, because someone said they were flying the Delta to Delta, but I'm fairly certain it's always Delta to Alpha departure. 407 left. Well, whatever. Start a cutout. Monitoring 1. 1 stable. On the start flow. If disconnected, so they can go. Recall. Flaps. Flight control checked. Pull up. Down. Control. Left. Go right. Neutral. Rudder full left. Go right. Neutral. Flight controls checked. Takeoff speeds. Yep, verified. And for taxi checklist. For taxi checklist, generators on propede, on NTIs, off hydraulic system switches, on isolation valve, auto, engine start switches continuous, recall checked, auto brake RTO, engine start levers, idle detent, flight controls checked, and transponder is auto reporting off, ground equipment, the clear left side and right side clear as well, very good. Okay, let's go. So, Soekarno-Hatta traffic Indonesia 838 taxi holding point runway 07 left via November Charlie 4 November Papa 2 November Nina holding point runway 07 left Soekarno-Hatta. So config checked. So beautiful sunset over here. Sunset is at approximately 6 p.m. I think, yeah, something like that. And it's now 5:45. Good. So straightforward taxi all the way to the end. Don't enter the runway, of course. Yeah, so this is the second one. The first one, November Charlie, is November Papa 1, which is this one here. So right side clear, left side clear. This, by the way, I would say it's a decent scenery. Yeah, the textures, you know, everything decent. I would give it 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, the only problem is that here is not very good. The international terminal, the terminal 3 rather, is not very well done. But later when we taxi by, you see yeah, I think it's terminal 2. Yeah, terminal 2 and 1 are quite well done. Okay, right side is clear, left side is clear. This is November Papa 2. We want to enter this, so add a bit of thrust here. 3 minutes is already up. So about 20 knots here, that will be fine. Actually, let's go a bit faster since, yeah, there's no reason to be slow. Let's do 25 knots. Keep it about 25% and one that should hold us our speed nicely. So very nice here, taxiing out Soekarno-Hatta. Yeah, Soekarno-Hatta International Airport, Jakarta. This part here, this is done well, I have to tell you. There's an interior, you know, things generally very nice. Okay, we're slowing down a little, let's add a bit of thrust. So before the takeoff checklist, flaps 5 green light step trim, we have 4.9 units set for takeoff checklist complete. No, we didn't do this. Okay, let's go idle now, just roll all the way to the end. So the cabin will have more than enough time to get ready. They will be ready. Any changes to departure briefing? None. Everything all straightforward. Yes, very good. Okay, November 8 here, the next one November 9, that's what we want. Very nice, by the way, taxiing out to the sunset here. A bit laggy, I think, because the VRAM usage is a bit high for this, but it's fine. Yeah, there you go. Live it by Mandeli. Okay, approaching the holding point. We are ready to go. You can see the wind friendly from the left side. That's alright. That makes sense anyway. 350. What's the latest report? 3605 knots. Yeah. So let's slow down now. About 10 knots. So let's say we tell the controller we are ready, and the controller says line runway 07 left. So right side clear, correction left side clear, right side clear as well. Jakarta traffic Indonesia 838 line runway 07 left via November 9. Jakarta traffic. Okay, clear to line up. Take the cabin crew. So checklist is complete, we are pretty much ready to go. Okay, not a perfect lineup, but it's fine. And let's say clear takeoff. Okay, let's go. The traffic Indonesia 8238 takeoff runway 07 left on the Delta to Alpha departure. So stabilized, takeoff. So thrust set. Checked. Cross from the left.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Get up. LNAV. VNAV speed. So 1000 feet, we start the left there. There you go, left there. Thousand 500 feet acceleration as well. Ups 1. And flaps up. So let us go direct now, routine, execute, just to help the LNAV a bit, and then go command. Nope, command. I'll control wheel steering, of course. So after takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on, packs auto, landing gear up and up, flaps up, no lights. After takeoff checklist is complete. Very good. Oh, I keep doing that for some reason. Okay, match heading. Yeah, all good. All very uneventful. Yeah, very nice. And let's say we clear direct to Delta. Execute. LNAV. It was going into VNAV path. That's why now it's back into N1 VNAV speed. The 5000 restriction there. Let's help the LNAV a little. Execute. And let's say we thought to climb unrestricted. So climb unrestricted, level change, MSFS speed. Actually, I think the way that we should be doing it is reversing out into map twice. So VNAV speed restriction has been cancelled. So beautiful, you can see Jakarta over there. Jakarta is actually Jakarta is behind us, so we should have a nice view of Jakarta in the back. There you go. That's Jakarta there. Very nice. So a bit of weather there, really no factor. There is an aircraft here, 7,000 feet above us. That is Singapore 963 heading to Singapore. Okay, so approaching 10,000 feet. That's 10,000. Lights. Get a bit of lighting here. And weather ahead. A bit of weather here. Yeah, it might be prudent to ask for weather deviation. So let's say weather deviation heading 330, and then we can take the fast belts off. Takes like approximately 5 minutes for that. Pretty nice. It's already 293 now. And cabin pressurization. Climbing should be leveling off shortly, because actually now it's climbing, reclimbing again. Yeah. Diff is 4.4. Cabin altitude about 1,500 feet. Yeah, so looking good. Passing on 1,000 standard once, twice, 3 times. Set, reset, weather, fix rings. Delete. There you go. Aircraft here descending. There's Konata, I would assume. So we took off 51, so there was 11 minutes of taxiing, so we're already 9 minutes ahead of schedule. Yeah. So that's good. Very good. Okay, it's gonna be pretty uneventful from now on. We're just gonna, yeah, once we're clear, we're gonna resume the route. It's cloud up here. And we'll see you for the descent into Singapore, hopefully with some ATC online, if possible. Welcome back. Currently we are on descent, passing flight level correction 1,100 feet. Let's get the terrain display back on here and these lights can come off. So we are on the rip of 2 Alpha arrival into Singapore, currently passing approaching waypoint Remes, where there is restriction of 220 knots. So let's take a look here at the plan. So restriction there is 220 knots, and then to Domop, we're going to be 7,000 feet and above. Then to Samko, going to be 190 knots, 4,000 feet and above. Then to Apipa, I put in 4,500 feet just as a rough restriction because to help the VNAV guidance a little. So we're already slowing down to 220 knots. Then to Anuma, 3,500 feet and above. Then to Akipo, 2,500 feet. And then to Adnik, 1,500 feet exactly. And then that is the final approach fix. Runway 0 to left, 3-degree glide path that corresponds to the 3-degree glide zone. Let's check. Let's approach, climb to 1,000, turning left to 4,000, we're heading 335. And then outbound uniform, Papa Uniform VOR radio 356 to Angkoma, passing 10,000 lights. So yeah, and then to Angkoma and hold or restricted by ATC, which is DME 20 Papa Uniform. So holding at Angkoma, 176 inbound course, left turns, link time 1 minute 4,000, speed 220, that is checked. Yep, max 220 in the hold. And yeah, everything all looks good, no problems with the MSA, everything all looking nice. And speed control for the arrival, 180 by 8. And thereafter 150 to 4 miles from touchdown. I put in the fix infos, fix over here to mark out the 4 mile, 8 mile and just 15 to help us. Okay, just got contacted by Singapore radar 123.7. Let's join him on frequency. There you go. 123.7. And what is the 80s? Very nice that they've logged on. It's currently 7:57 local time in Singapore. 80s information Alpha. Okay. Singapore radar, good evening. Indonesia 838 descending passing 8,700 feet for 7,000 information Alpha. Rip off to Alpha arrival.
Indonesia 838 Singapore, Singapore radar squawk 2273.
Squawk 2273 Singapore, correction Indonesia 838. (2273) that is set. Match heading. So
645 radio speed
1,000 to
220
go
knots.
shortly.
Radio speed 220 knots, Korean 645. Indonesia 83 identified descent 2,000 feet, QNH 1008.
Descent 3,000 feet, QNH 1008, Indonesia 838.
Indonesia 838, contact Singapore approach 124.6.
Contact approach 124.6, Indonesia 838. Bye bye.
Korean 645, contact Singapore approach 124.6.
Okay, let's get it before the Korean
645.
Singapore approach, good evening, Indonesia 838, passing 7,300, descending 3,000, information Alpha.
Indonesia 838, Singapore approach, good evening.
So, information Alpha, type 11300, simultaneous parallel dependent approaches being conducted, expect ILS approach runway 0 to left, or runway 0 to center, landing 0 to left with 3203 knots, variable 290 to 350, visibility 10 kilometers, cloud view 1600, view 1700, view 1800, scattered 050, temperature 292.24, QNH 1008.
approach runway 0 to left.
Present heading clear, ILS approach runway 0 to left, Indonesia 838. Okay, clear. Let's do the broad checklist. The broad checklist altimeter is 1008 set once, twice, 3 times passing 6,500 feet. Is now checked. Broad checklist is complete. So cabin is secure for landing. And by the way, arrival performance, as you can see, we are doing auto brake 3, flap 30 landing, is standard to vacate whiskey 5. Arrival gate for this aircraft is Alpha 19 according to iCargo. So we will use that. And yes, let's go heading select now, because we told on present heading. So Alpha 19, very straightforward taxi. I'm expecting yeah, something quite straightforward. Alpha 19 is just towards Victor 11. So after vacating Whiskey 5, I'm expecting to turn right Whiskey. Taxi Victor 9 of Victor 11 Bay Alpha 19. So let's coordinate with the controller here. Escape approach Indonesia 838. After landing, is it possible to request Bay Alpha 19?
Indonesia 838, roger, expect Bay Alpha 19.
Thank you, expect Bay Alpha 19, Indonesia 838. Okay, we have India Charlie Whiskey, ident, currently 20 miles, slowing down now to meet the restriction, 190 at Samco. So we were granted Alpha 19, that's very nice by the controller. The brake course is 023, set minimum is 220. Sorry, this should be 222. Well, 2 feet won't make much of a difference, but yeah, let's set it correctly. 222. Ups 1. Speed to vents. Slow down to the 1 speed. And we have 110.9, 1165 Takeoff for the missed approach on the right. And then we have
645, turn right heading 205.
Both of them are fine. 10.3 for the 0
Right,
to set in case we get a last minute change.
going at 60.
But that is unlikely to happen.
5.
So let's use a bit of vertical speed, help us slow down. 500 feet per minute. So we've told that on present heading we are clear the RLS approach. So let's go ball on. Ball on. Checked. So keep 190 and then we slow down 180 by 8. 184, gee, that's fine. Within 5 knots.
Indonesia 838, maintain speed 180 knots till 8 mile final. Thereafter speed 150 knots till 4 mile final.
Maintain speed 180 till 8 and then 150 to 4, Indonesia 838, and we are currently established. Approach.
Indonesia 838, contact Singapore Tower 118.6, bye.
Tower 118.6, Indonesia 838, bye. 118.6. Singapore Tower, good evening, Indonesia 838, ILS 02 left, establish. So miss approach altitude, 4,000 feet, laps 2, give us 180 nicely, 178, that's fine, and heading 023. 1186, I did, yeah, so let's see. Singapore Tower, Indonesia 838.
Indonesia 838, Singapore Tower.
ILS 02 left, established, Indonesia 838.
Indonesia 838, good evening. Surface wind 320 degrees, 3 knots. Runway 02 left, clear to land.
Runway 02 left, clear to land, Indonesia 838, and good evening to you. 124.3, ground frequency. So maybe my transmission didn't go through previously, it's fine, no problems. So 180 by 8, thereafter 150 to 4, that means we have to slow down. There's an aircraft coming quite close to us, on the right side over there. Over there, that is, what is he? He is, can't even see actually. Not sure what aircraft that is, yeah, interesting. Okay, let's go flap 5. Just to get a bit of extra drag out.
2500.
8 miles now. So reduce speed. Gear down. Improve. Speed brake. Up 15. So I'm not sure whether we were clear to land or not. I'll ask the controller shortly. So 146 since the winds are calm. Landing checklist, engine start switches continuous. Speed brake up green light, landing gear down to flaps 30 green light, landing checklist complete. So awaiting the clearance. I'll ask the controller now. Garuda Indonesia 838 just to check are we clear to land?
Indonesia 838, roger, clear to land, runway 02 left.
Runway 02 left, clear to land, Indonesia 838, thank you. He might have said that earlier, but I might have forgotten. Yeah, and I didn't turn on the lights, so...
645, ILS 02 left.
So
Korean Air
established...
645, Singapore Tower, good
Good.
evening.
That might have been Korean Air
Surface wind,
645, by the way.
320 degrees, 3 knots. Runway
So
02
that is
left, continue
Singapore
approach.
looking over there. Wind
02
flexing a
left,
little.
continue approach, Korean Air 645.
Okay, let's take over.
Korean Air 645, if you
Check,
can reduce
stable.
the minimum approach speed due to separation.
Minimum speed, Korean Air 645.
It's no problem, I'm 738, flying relatively fast. I will vacate expeditiously as well. But yeah, it's not much traffic, so they want to play safe. Yeah, it's good for them as well. Yeah, keep things nicely under control. Slightly to the left, correcting.
Five
500 feet check.
400. 300. Approaching minimums.
Korean Air
200.
645, expect a late landing
Minimum.
clearance. Do you have
Continue.
traffic in sight?
Traffic in sight, Korean Air 645.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
So speed brake up. Goes normal. So 60 knots.
Indonesia 838, vacate whiskey 5, turn right whiskey.
Packet whiskey 5, turn right whiskey, Indonesia 838. So should be absolutely no issue
Korean Air
here.
645,
Let's see how close he
runway
was.
02 left, clear to land.
I don't think he will be that close.
02 left,
but,
clear
yeah,
to
let's
land,
see.
Korean Air 645.
So clean the aircraft up.
Indonesia 838, contact Singapore ground 124.3, bye-bye.
124.3 Indonesia 838, bye-bye. So it's about 500 feet when the clearance was given. I think that's okay, you know, that's not too bad. So contact the ground controller now. Singapore ground, good evening, Indonesia 838, runway 02 left vacated, on whiskey.
Indonesia 838, Singapore ground, hello, gate Alpha 19, taxi Whiskey Victor 9, good evening.
Whiskey Victor 9 for Alpha 19, Indonesia 838, good evening. So about 20 knots since the taxiway is clear.
Singapore ground, good evening. China 2619 at gate Delta 40, request push back and start.
Let's go to 3-1 here.
China Southern 269 Singapore
Flight
ground, hello,
directors.
push back approved, face north, keep clear of taxiway Papa 4.
Reset.
Push line start approved, facing north,
Rocket.
at taxiway
Come
Papa
off.
7.
Master caution associated.
Keep clear of Papa 4. China Southern 269.
And you can see quite a bit of aircraft
Scooter
here.
268, push back approved, face south.
Thailand, Singapore 350s. I see another fellow Indonesia over there.
Singapore 194 is ready to taxi.
Yep, Garuda 738.
Singapore 1914.
Now the plan was to take
I'm not sure how
Indonesia
you're able to taxi
839,
from that
but if the
position,
call
but
sign is taken, it's no problem.
taxi November 5, November
So
4,
we are light, we can do
full
single
shot
engine
Papa.
taxi, start the APU.
November 5, November 4, full short of Papa. Yeah, we got to do GSX message up. We got to do a last 180.
So Victor 9 and
Gotta get a profile for next
yeah,
time, man.
Victor 11.
I'm
So
sorry again.
Need to get the profile for next time, for the GFX profile.
Yeah, I do have it. It just, I think it's a pilot error. My mistake.
It's fine.
okay. Looking good, no traffic here. Hopefully Alpha 19 still remains clear. That is gate Alpha 17 at TZ. So we're parking 2 spaces down.
Singapore Ground, very good evening. Singapore 9068 at Foxtrot 59er, request of the push and start.
So 2 blues, shutdown number 2.
Singapore 968, Singapore ground, hello, push back approved, face south.
Facing south, Singapore 968.
Associated.
Singapore ground going at 645 at Whiskey for Bay Golf 18.
Grenada
So with
645,
the
Singapore
drag
ground,
here we'll
hello,
slow
gate-
down to 10
gate
knots very
Golf
nicely.
18,
And
taxi
now with the update,
Whiskey,
the aircraft
Romeo,
actually
Hotel
taxis
Romeo
very
7.
nicely on single engine, I have to say.
Whiskey Romeo
Well done to
Hotel
PMDG.
7, going at 645.
Today 636, contact Singapore Tower 118.6, bye bye.
1186 for Cathay 636. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Got a 636 to Hong Kong, but yeah. 636, does it go at this time? I'm not sure. So Victor 9er is here, coming up. That's another associated for the hydraulics, yeah, because system B engine driven pump, low pressure. So Victor 9er. Slow down to about 10 knots. So no, that aircraft was actually at Alpha 1.
Singapore 1914, taxi November 4, Papa, Tango,
Entering
Hold,
Bay
Shot,
Area, this
Romeo
can come
4.
off.
Alright, Papa Tango, hold us short of Romeo 4 for Singapore 1914.
And Alpha 19er is there. That's checked. Sorry, this is Alpha 18. Yep, Alpha 19 is
Singapore
this
ground,
one.
Singapore 120, ready for taxi.
Singapore 120, Squawk 0151.
0151.
So text light off. So down a bit as well. Help in turning. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, ideally we wouldn't have stopped, but the at high steering angles this
Singapore ground,
aircraft tends to skid, unfortunately.
Singapore 1959er, we are Foxtrot 2 November requesting startup.
Singapore 1959, Singapore ground, hello, push back approved, face south.
Facing south for Singapore 1959er.
Singapore 120, taxi Romeo 6, Romeo 4,
There you go.
Tango, hold short uniform 8.
Just a bit of thrust. Bring us home.
Singapore 120, taxi Romeo 4, Tango, hold short Romeo, correction, hold short uniform 8.
Romeo 4, Tango, hold short, uniform 8, Singapore 120.
Getting a lot
Scooter
of
268, where calling for
Americans.
taxi?
Aircraft going airborne there. What is he? That is
Scooter 268, taxi uniform 8, Tango, holding
can't
point
exactly
Tango
tell.
12,
Looks
runway
blue.
02 center.
Holding point Tango 1202 center via uniform 8 Tango 266. Singapore ground, lovely evening to you. Scooter 275, we are B Delta 37, request push and start.
So in the future I will
Scooter
slow down.
275, Singapore ground, hello,
I'll
push
turn a
back,
bit
approve,
earlier,
face
especially if yeah, single engine taxi.
Pushback approved, confirm face south, Scooter 275.
Parking brake set to
Left
blue,
face,
one red
face north.
engine instead.
Face north, Scooter 275.
Cabin crew goes to the south approach track.
Delta 46 is requesting push and start.
2 stations at once. China Southern 269, repeat your request.
We are ready for taxi.
China Southern 269, taxi Papa 4, Tango,
So
hold short
engine-
Romeo 4.
One wait for below 20%,
Papa 4, Tango, hold short Romeo 4.
which is now, and then anti-collision light come off.
And who was the other guy?
Virgin 151 requesting push and start.
Okay, shutdown checklist.
Virgin
Shutdown
151,
checklist.
Singapore ground, hello,
Fuel
push
pumps
approved, face south.
off. Passenger
Freeway
sides.
approved facing south, Virgin
Good one for
151.
the APU. Passenger sides.
Singapore 960,
Off.
hello,
Propit
San Charlie,
is
1 Alpha,
off.
requesting pushback.
Hydraulic panel set. Anti-collision light is off. Flaps up. No lights. Parking brake set. Engine start.
People
Legs cut off. Weather radar
15,
off.
Singapore
Shutdown
ground, hello,
checklist
you are
complete.
LJ Delta 47, standby for pushback due traffic.
Okay, we will do
Negative,
this.
it's Singapore
a bit
960.
loud. Anyway, the next frequency is delivery, so yeah, DB 12165.
Charlie 1, pushback approved, face south.
Push up, proof, face south, Singapore 960.
Okay, just keep it slightly off so we don't hear all that stuff. And 2000 standby. So thank you very much for yeah, watching till this time. We will see you for the return sector, which will be very fast. We'll do a quick turnaround and then return sector to Singapore.